How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the garage. We got a little bit of a problem with the Subaru. It's got rust. All under here is the crash support bar, which is pretty much rotted in half. So I've had it just sitting on my floor actively in the way for a little while now. So we're gonna fix that. So in here, it's rotted completely, and when it rains, it all drains through here, and then all that water running back when you're driving splashes underneath the car, spreading the rust, which is not ideal. So I'm just gonna knock off a few clips, rip this thing out. It's gonna be tough since I have a little crash bar under shield under there. Another minor step. Easy. You're gonna want to take your tool of choice to knock out those clips. And it just did a die. It broke. Typical Subaru, you know what I mean? Really? Stupid cheap clips. You take your other tool, which is a lot more flatter, other tool of choice. Proceed to break it out, because it has been nothing but a pain. Then you take your third tool of choice. You break it the rest of the way out. And there it goes. Alright, now that all of these clips are out, this is free to move. Before you pull out the sides, it's a lot easier on mine since everything broke off around it, so you can just move it. That fender, don't worry about the rust. I got a new one. So, our next thing is actually under here. Is getting all these bolts out because of my undershield. It's gonna be a lot more difficult than it looks. Right, so take ratchet and your tool of choice again, and you start unclipping everything. It's that easy. Now that you've gotten the last bolt you accidentally left in on mistake, it's just as easy. Let's rip it up. Just like that. And now, unclip your fog lights. as you can see, completely destroyed. Let me get a closer view. So, you can see there is just a huge hole almost. I bet I can just like, I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, you can see. It's missing a bunch of it. Oh, there's a clip. But here's the new thing. Now, we just gotta unbolt it, which is the second hardest part because rust. So, now that you got the bumper off and the fog lights disconnected, it's these two holes right here. Yeah, right back there. And right in there. So, it is a 14 millimeter, and I go with a shorter, kind of middle of the road extension with a deep socket put on there. And if you're scared of possibly snapping it off, exactly like I am, nothing like some PB won't do. So spray that, let it soak, and we'll get it off. Alright, so a better shot would be directly in there. So spray my PB blaster on both sides of each bolt. The other one is directly right over there. So I already got this one loose. So let's just crank down on it. Let's see what happens. Great success, great success. Ow. Super easy. And another success. Beautiful. So once you got the 4 out of there, there is 2 more bolts. So there's one, I've already loosened it most of the way, right directly under this one that you just took out. And there is the ones on the side over here, which are 12 millimeters. So let me remove these the rest of the way. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it back on just a little bit. Putting it back on just a little bit so this whole thing doesn't come off. Once we get it all loosened up. I doubt it will, but we're gonna find out. Probably gonna be completely rust welded on. Oh! Never mind. Okay. Okay. Here she is. Pretty rusty, but we got that. So off. Alright, remove the rest of the nuts. If you kept one threaded in a little bit, you want to remove that. That one nut. And here she is. Rusty as ever. Look at that. That's real bad. So yeah, out with the old and in with the new. Let's do it. So with your crash bar installed, for the most part, you're definitely going to have to take a hammer if you buy a cheaper remanufactured one. I had to bang in the sides. Try to show you what I'm talking about. This side over here, you can see the nut actually was scraping on it, trying to put it in. So you're definitely going to have to take a hammer to that. These upper ones are a pain, if you can even get them in. Right, so putting it on, easy, done, painted over and clear coated where there's any scuffs or any damage on it. There's a little dent in the corner, put a little extra paint on it. Doesn't matter what color you're going to use because nobody else is going to see it except for you. Next thing you got to do, you got to put on the bumper, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but shouldn't be too hard. Make sure it's actually dry. Yeah. Right. Ow. So, it's just basically doing everything in reverse order. Put on your fog light connectors. If you have them. Because I know not all these things have them. So you put the bumper on, attach the fog lights, put all of these clips on, and autofocus is not the move. So all the clips on, replace them if you break them. I broke them. I broke I think 2 of them, but yeah, I think we did a good job. So basically this thing, crusty, nightmare. So take that, throw it in the scrap bin, get it out of your life. You got a new one in. Thank you guys for watching. We got the crash bar in perfectly in there. We got the old one out of here. Thing is rotted in half. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this somewhat of a tutorial. Trying to get back into filming real life stuff instead of you know, video games and just any of that. So I think we did a good job with this. It definitely will take some work if you buy a aftermarket, a little cheap one. But look at that.